Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be working on designing a modular. We're going to be working on the Triway intersection. It's going to be one of our modulars that we're designing for my club's next layout coming next year. So we're going to go ahead and kind of design it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay the bench work. So we're going to add a rectangle here. It's going to be, well, not 60 by 60. It's going to be 60 by, trying to remember, 26. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and put this. I like placing my bench work or my surface top on the 0 and 0, so that way I can actually use the ruler up here for my exact measurements. And also I'm using Anyrail, if you guys were wondering what program I'm using to design the modular here. So we're gonna go ahead and on this rectangle, tabletop background. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my center lines down. So I will add a point here. We'll add a point here. And then we're going to insert our line. And then we will make this line a little bit thicker. And then let's make it a maroon color. So that way we can see our center line. So that we can place our double main track down. Now my club uses Pico Code 83. It's a great track to work with. A little bit more on an expensive side, but from all of our testing and experiments, it's just the way to go. And we also use Flex Track. And then the other thing I gotta do too is I need the center line of this modular. So this is going to be 30 inches. So add a point there. Add a point right here. And then we'll add a line. Okay. And then I'm going to make this probably a little bit of a thicker line. Let's make it to 0.5. Now that line's going to get covered up by the track, but that is fine. Okay, so now we're going to put our flex track, or actually what I want to put in first is our crossovers. So we're going to rotate 45 degrees. There we go. We'll add another one there. And we'll add another one there. Now the reason why we're putting two on top of the center line is because that's how there's going to be a curve modular that's on this side. And the track is basically designed this way that the center line's down here. The third rail was kind of an afterthought. So that's just how we're going to match it up with the other ones. Okay, so now what we can do is now we can start connecting. Now what we want to try to do is we try to do Fremo standard as best as we can. And I just did an oopsie here. Let's go ahead and delete that one. Control copy paste. So I will put it right there. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's scoot that up just a little bit. And then now we connect those. There we go. All right. So usually what you want to try to do is leave an inch off of your track here, because this is where you're going to put the fitter rails, is what we call them. And it's just going to be a rail that connects the modulars together. So I'm going to copy and paste. Oops, Control Z. And then we'll connect that rail. And then we'll connect this rail. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing over here. Put one right there. And finally, oops, one right there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rotate this guy 90 degrees. And then we'll do the same thing. So we'll just make sure that we have an inch off. Oops. Make sure I grab the right. There we go. Try to get. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more here. Alright, so we need to actually scoot this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. So now we can do the same thing on the opposite side. Now we need to cut this down a little bit. Whoops, Control Z. Come on. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna delete this real quick, and then I want to copy this. There we go. And then we're gonna shrink it here by, I think it's 2 inches. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta go another inch. Alright, let's do, hang on. So what we need to do here is we're going to go ahead and cut this flex track. So right click, cut flex track here. We're going to disconnect, get rid of that bit. There we go. And now we can zoom in a little bit up here. And then snap it right there. Alright. So now we've got our crossover. So now we got 3 and then 1. So basically, our kind of layout in next year for our next show is going to be a loop going around on the main line here. And we're going to have a branch line kind of dissecting that circle all the way through. But so let's go ahead and take a look at this in 3D view just to make sure things look like they're supposed to. So obviously we don't have the frame or anything, but that's fine. Again, we just kind of want to get the tabletop kind of built. But yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Cool. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. Again, this is the Anyrail program to design layouts essentially. And this is just a modular piece. This is a 5-foot by 26-inch modular. That is basically mainline dissecting a branch line. So with that guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.